Welcome back in 3HL, broadcasting live from SEC Media Days, Radio Row, presented by newbrakes.com, nubrakes.com, mobile brake repair. Check them out. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport from the SEC Network and ESPN and 3HL. Ron Slay from the Boom Boom Room.
Yeah.
VFL.
Definitely in the building.
Where are you? I'm
in the building.
Okay.
Right here with Alontae. We got Alontae in the building.
Alontae Taylor from Tennessee joins us now. What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, man? I'm blessed, bro.
You look like a stockbroker, man. Nice job. We always start with the clothes.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I tried a little bit.
Tried a little bit.
Do you enjoy this? All the media attention?
I do. I feel like I like being in front of the camera or rather be a radio.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So, we succeed and we achieve in everything that we do.
You did tweet. You said you ever wrote down a dream of yours and it came true. Being selected today basically to represent Tennessee, you said was one of mine.
Yes, ma'am. I wrote that down. That was the very last dream of mine or goal of mine before I enrolled at the University of Tennessee. And at first it seemed so small, right? I was like, I'm not going to get selected. And I was so big-headed in that sense of my freshman year, I wanted to get selected to do it. I watched it growing up, and I never looked at it as, oh, he gets to be in front of the camera, he gets to do this. It was more so of like, he's representing the University of Tennessee. He's representing that football program. He's representing his last name and his family. And I'm big on that. So the University of Tennessee is my family, and I wanted to make sure that, I represented it the best way that I could. And right before all of this, I said a good prayer to the Lord, and I just said, speak through me and allow everyone else to see you through me. And I feel like that happened today.
That's huge right there. You talking about representing. We was just talking off air about you being from Manchester,
small country town.
Small country town. You know what I'm saying? But right now,
baby,
yeah. Right now they look at across the nation. They look at UT kind of like a small country town. But you guys are reshaping things and putting things on the map, and you are a voice of that. When everything transpired as far as getting new coaches and everything and guys leaving, you were a guy that stepped up and said, I want to stand on this and this is where I want to be. So speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm a Tennessee guy. Like you said, Manchester, Tennessee. Growing up, I never really wanted to play college football, man. I just wanted to play college baseball. I wanted to go to a whole another way. But I just coming from Tennessee, man, I never realized how important it would be whenever you can go back home and you can talk to the youth or you can talk to people who went to your high school and just see the light and joy that's on their faces, right? I kind of look at it as if I would have went anywhere else, would I have had the opportunity to speak to the youth as I have now. And I took a trip to Belize from a Vol Leaders trip that I just got back from. And one thing I realized is kids look up to people and they actually listen and they pay attention to all the small things.
Yep.
And so being able to do that is like what was really huge for me. But like I said, being a small town kid coming from Tennessee, being here in the SEC Media Days, that's not something that happens every year for a kid coming from Manchester. So I take it with a blessing and I take it with a big heart just because I know many kids would love to be in this position.
Facts.
What do you, when football way down the line is done, what do you want to do and be? And I'm like, I can list a number of things that you're going to be amazing at.
Yeah,
so what is it?
I'm a communication studies major with a minor in leadership. A lot of people look at that and they're like, why communication studies? Or like they think people take it because it's easy or whatever it may be. But I've always been a guy who loves to talk about sports or just loves to talk. So I always said that I want to do something, rather be behind the camera, in front of the camera, radio, anything like that, because I feel like I'm well-spoken. And I take criticism really well. And I feel like that's what comes with being in this profession, just because you have those people who are saying, you can say this better, you can do this a little bit better, you can dress this way, wherever it may be. But when football is over with, I just want to talk ball. I just want to talk about the impact that sports has on the world. And kind of just hitting back real quick on my Vol Leaders trip, our 3 core values is to engage, empower, and educate. And those are the really 3 strong words in my opinion. So being able to do that, whether it be through the radio, rather be in front of the camera, rather be behind the camera, wherever it may be, I just want to do something that has something to do with media.
Okay.
Alontae Taylor.
I was like inspirational speaker, pastor, coach, any of those.
I've always said I wanted to be a pastor, but that's a little down the road.
Look at that, Slay.
Yeah, I like that.
Slay's almost there.
I'm trying to get that too. Yeah,
yes,
be ordained. Yeah.
Alontae Taylor from Tennessee with us on 3HL. All right, you mentioned baseball. Did you pay attention to the Tennessee baseball run this season?
I did.
What did you think about those guys?
Those guys are awesome, man. A lot of people get upset about like how they went out or whatever it may be, but those guys made it far, man. And I always sit here and I think, like, imagine if COVID didn't happen last year's baseball team. Those boys are on a roll, man, right? So, and we lost guys from that team. So what they did this year and what they were starting last year is huge. And Coach V, I just know that he has more in his pocket for this baseball program. And I'm just looking forward to that. A couple guys I was friends with, my boy Jake, third baseman, got drafted.
Yep.
He was part of our FCA program.
We just had him on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's
So
from Nashville.
yeah. So Jake, part of 110. Got to meet with him when we had Bible study all the time, and down to earth kid.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for him, and I'm excited for him and his future. And the rest of the guys on the baseball team that came back and that are coming here next year, I have no doubt that those boys can make that same run and even go further next year.
Look at that. Sports talk. Right there.
Spot on, man.
Good.
Spot on. So this is what we got to do now, Alontae, man. I got a thing called the Boom Boom Room. It's a podcast. Okay. A lot of greats been on it, man. But you one of them that you got to get on there.
Sure.
So what I need to know first and foremost, will you answer every question truthfully and honestly?
I will.
And then you will be in the Boom Boom Room.
I will.
And the door will be unlocked.
Let's do it.
All right, so Alontae
He
Taylor.
didn't even hesitate.
Nah, he ready to get to it.
Let's go.
You are in the Boom Boom Room, brought to you by Low T Center. Now, check it out, man. This is what it is. If you got something to pick from, you got to get something to eat. It's about 11:30 at night. You in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
You got one choice. What you going to do? You going to pick Gus's, Good Time Deli, or
Look at him.
you going to get some Calhoun's or something?
I'm going to go with Gus's. I love their fries,
Smart
how
man.
salty they are.
Oh, I told you. Extra season, I told you.
I love the salty fries.
Nobody talks about the fries at Gus's, but you're right about that, man.
Those fries are salty, perfect.
It's so salty. All right, beautiful.
I was gonna say you're supposed to just leave it open. If you can pick anywhere in
No.
Knoxville,
It still
I got
okay.
I would have said fries and a bacon
It would have
cheeseburger.
been okay.
Hey, I know him, man. I've been in them shoes.
Can you tell I didn't go to school there?
See
So
what I'm saying?
clearly I should
Yeah.
know that answer.
All right.
Okay, so-
Yeah, right. So check this out. Most memorable moment from UT to this point right now in a game, off the field, whatever it may be. A memorable moment for you that you will look back on and be like, man, that was special. Me, meeting the people that I went to school with, like the Lady Vols and all of this, and everybody how the camaraderie was there. What would be yours?
I have a lot, but
If you can narrow it down, this ain't no particular order.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I won't put you too much on the spot.
not to like diss anything else that
Right.
I've been through, but listening to Inky Johnson come and talk to us. I watched him as a kid, like listen to his story as I was in high school, and when I found out he was coming to us the very first time to talk, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Like I'm that kid who like
Yeah.
meeting like I don't know Peyton Manning,
Yes.
whoever you want to put up there,
Yes.
but when I heard Inky Johnson speak on YouTube and then seeing how he talks in person, nothing changes.
Nothing.
The passion he brings and the stuff that he says is spot on. And I got to hear him speak 3 times now, my sophomore year, my junior year, and then we had to do it on Zoom my senior year here. But I went up to Inky Johnson and I told him, I said, there's one thing that we can relate to. And he was like, what is that? And he talked about how his mom worked 2 jobs, and one of those jobs being at Wendy's, right? And my mom did that same thing when I was in high school, worked 2 different jobs, and Wendy's was her little side job that she had to do to, like, pay those extra bills. And
Right.
never that I want to compare myself to Inky Johnson, but I just wanted to let him know, like, every time that he speaks is so powerful.
Yeah.
And that's something I'll never forget because I have a notebook where
Yeah.
I took notes the whole time. I probably looked at him maybe a few times, and the rest of the time I'm just taking notes on what he's saying. And
Yeah.
he gives out the best advice that you could take from someone who's been in your shoes, who's kind of went through what you kind of went through a little bit and came to the University of Tennessee. And, his life story is something that I don't know how I would have handled it. So just to see the way he handles it gives me a little hope that if some type of adversity ever happened, like, I can make it through anything.
Hey, man,
Thanks
you
the
hit that
best,
right on the head,
Yeah.
man. Like,
He's on with J. Martin Ramon, our morning guys,
Yeah.
every Wednesday at right before 10 o'clock, right? Yeah.
I got to see Inky when he started doing that, man, and it's amazing to see the growth that you see right now. when it started years back ago, man, the man got better and better and better practicing at his craft. So
through tragedy,
yeah,
God can work, right?
Yep, without question, without question. Last thing, man, for you in the Boom Boom Room. If you got to take me out, you know, and they tell you, hey, man, we got to get on the floor. We got to get on the floor. We got to turn it out one time. They're going to put our jam on, and you get on the floor, and they say, K.A. Psy, I need you to get down. Could you give me a little shimmy real quick? Because we all on camera. Could you give me a little bit of
I can give you a little bit.
Okay.
I'm good for that. I'm good for that. Yeah.
Tay, man, you're officially out the Boom Boom Room. I appreciate you, my brother.
Hey, real quick before you go, we keep hearing fast and tempo on the offensive side of the football. From your perspective, what does that look like?
It's
been
fast.
impressed?
You ever seen like all the Fast and Furious movies? Yeah,
That's
like
real.
really fast. But we're gonna be prepared for it come Saturdays, just because we're going against those guys every day in practice. So you know, with them being so fast, everyone talks about how it puts the defense in bad situations, right? We have those bad situations in practice, so it's like, how do you capitalize on that? How do you learn from that? So come Saturday, we can minimize the mistakes that we would have during practice.
Love it, man. Hey, great job representing, man. Alontae Taylor, Tennessee cornerback. Congrats. Good luck this season. Have fun today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks,
Love
Alontae.
it, man.
On the dance floor and everything.
Oh, he going to put it
Did you even
down.
close the Boom Boom Room? I don't even.
Oh, yeah, we let him out. It's cool.
Okay.
He danced up out of it. He got up out of there.
4:30.